What is going on, Guardians? TBL here, coming back at you guys with a little bit of some Destiny 2 PvP gameplay today. Gonna be doing a little bit of a commentary on that, just getting a little bit caught up with you guys. How was your weekend? I hope you guys had a great one. It was the first weekend of Trials of the Nine. And I gotta say, what a weekend it was. It's been a crazy week in Destiny 2 with the raid dropping and Trials dropping. There's a lot of stuff to do in the game right now, and I even got into a little bit of it. Haven't done the raid yet. Definitely have not touched that yet. Looking to get into it sometime today. At least I would if I could. A little bummed right now because Destiny 2 is down for maintenance, just like last Tuesday. The game is down for maintenance today. It's supposed to be down for about, I want to say, 3, maybe 4 hours. Hopefully that doesn't get extended to like 5, 6, 7 hours like it did last week. But yeah, so I'm definitely hurting right now. I woke up today wanting to do nothing more than just jump on Destiny and play some PvP and whatnot, and I can't do it right now. I kind of just have to hold it. But I did get a chance to play some Trials over the weekend, put up a gameplay or two of that on the channel here already. Just gave you guys some live audio from our party chat there. Had a lot of fun, and I'm having a lot of fun with Trials. I'm enjoying it. I might actually consistently play that game mode in D2 this time around. Who knows, might even make a regular thing of going flawless. The countdown game mode is pretty fun. The map Eternity was pretty darn good, and you know, if you had your team comp together, your communication on point, it wasn't really that hard to get through it. I've ran of a couple of cards now. One ended in defeat at 3 wins, but hey, that's what the game mode's all about. Started up another card, got a couple of dubs in it. Picked up the hand cannon and some armor from my wins, and I gotta say, the Trials armor looks dope. It's a really awesome looking set. The weapons are super good. The hand cannon's probably one of my favorites in Destiny 2. I think it's, if you've been watching my streams, it's no real secret. I'm not too fond of the way hand cannons work in Destiny 2. I just haven't found one that's really worked for me yet. I'm hoping the Better Devils, I just picked one of those up the other day. I'm hoping that's gonna fill the void in my heart of hand cannons from Destiny 1. But the Trials one, I'm really enjoying it. I want to see if I can finish up my card for Trials when Destiny 2 comes back up and get my chance at getting the auto rifle, because I hear the auto rifle, the Prosecutor, I hear that thing absolutely slaps, and I really want to see if I can get my hands on it before Trials goes away. But we'll see. We'll see if a potato like me can get his hands on some of that epic Trials loot. But yeah, having a lot of fun playing in PvP right now, and really just been running around with the squad, and it's kind of gotten me thinking about how PvP as a whole works in Destiny 2, because when it's good, it's really, really good. As you're seeing right here, I'm playing around with a couple of buddies. We were just getting some good times in with the squad, and when you've got your squad together and you guys are all on point, it's really, really fun. But there are also some really frustrating parts of PvP too, and I guess I wanted to just take some time in this video to talk about the state of PvP, the state of the Crucible right now. What works, what could use some improvement, and really what are some of the sticking points for people who are a little bit frustrated with the game. So, is PvP in Destiny 2 good? On the whole, I want to say yes. I'm definitely enjoying it more than I enjoyed PvP towards the end of Destiny 1. You guys know the number of rants I've been on about the Crucible, the state of the Crucible in Destiny 1. It's starting off in a better state in Destiny 2. I still don't think even the PvP in Destiny 2 is as good as the PvP in Destiny 1 was during the House of Wolves era. I still hold that as being the absolute pinnacle of my experience with Destiny. But it's been really good. I've really enjoyed the change to 4v4. I think that's done a lot to help balance things out. And while I would still love it if we have a 6v6 mode later on, like maybe, I don't know, Mayhem Clash or something like that can be 6v6, I'm overall, I'm liking the focus on 4v4. I kind of wish they would take this focus and like push it into some PvE elements. I see no reason for why we can't have a 4-man squad in patrols or in like strikes or whatnot. It's just kind of weird that they would balance PvP for 4v4, but not the PvE environment. There's just been so many times when me and my squad have just been out in patrol and we've had one more buddy who we've had to leave out because, you know, you can't bring 4 people out into the world patrol spaces. And I really think that the game would benefit from just bumping up your fire team size to 4. I see no reason for why that shouldn't happen. But in PvP, it works really well. It kind of centers the focus on teamwork and team cohesion, you know, team shooting, getting your abilities and everything up and running. Ooh, dropping the thunder on these babies. I am really loving the Arc Soul build for Stormcaller in PvP. Arc Souls, while they're not, they're a little bit potato when it comes to actually shooting enemies, they do help when they actually fire. It's like having an extra teammate there dealing a little bit of extra auto rifle damage, not too bad. But, you know, I think the team hook cohesion really works when you've got your teams together, you're all popping abilities and, you know, team shooting people. You burn through them really quickly. I still feel like the focus on team shooting in Destiny is a mistake. I think players should be able to stand on their own merits. You know, maybe that's just because I've played so many other first-person shooters like Call of Duty and Halo and all that kind of stuff, where you can kind of be a one-man army. And Destiny is a game that really wants you to focus on team shooting. That's so that you have more than one person focusing on an enemy at a time. And I'm just still not the biggest fan of that sort of system in Destiny 2, but really it hasn't been too much of a problem right now. Weapon balance, I think, is in an interesting spot. Scout rifles are super good right now, which is kind of funny. They never kind of saw, you know, the absolute best, the best play in Destiny 1. We've always had really good scout rifles in D1, but they are just super good in this. You might notice a whole lot of Mida multi-tool going on right now. A lot of people calling for nerfs of the Mida, and I wouldn't really agree with that. I don't think the Mida's overpowered at all. It's literally just got the, you know, the high caliber rounds perk that really makes it a bit of a nuisance to deal with when, you know, your shot's getting completely thrown off by somebody plinking away with you with the Mida multi-tool. It can definitely seem a little bit frustrating. But is it overpowered? Is it broken? Is it killing people too quickly? No, not even in the slightest. And really, I can say that for quite a lot of the weapons in Crucible. Sidearms, the 3-round burst ones like the one I'm using right now, these things absolutely erase. If you can get your hands on the Last Hope, or I think there's another one called the Last Dance, those things are just absolutely monstrous. Really great for close quarters combat. They pair really well with the scout rifle. If I had to say, the one weapon that I think probably needs a buff is definitely pulse rifles. I don't feel like most pulses can compete really at any range. It feels like the only one that has any sort of consistent play is the Vigilance Wing, which is kind of the Trials looking pulse rifle. That thing hits really hard, it's got decent range, it's a 5-round burst, and it just seems to be the most consistent pulse rifle in the game, which is kind of surprising because pulses were super good in the beta, and they're having, at least I'm finding I'm having myself a really hard time competing with stuff like auto rifles and scout rifles at range when I'm using a pulse rifle, and that kind of bums me out just a little bit. So yeah, if I had to point at a single weapon class and say, yeah, this could probably use a little bit of work, a little bit of a bump, it would probably be pulse rifles, because auto rifles feel great. A lot of them work really well. The Scathe Lock, the Uriel's Gift is one everybody's seeing. That is a higher impact, slower rate of fire auto rifle that comes with high caliber rounds, so it's just everywhere in Trials right now. The Number, if you were lucky enough to get one of those faction weapons, that's working pretty darn well. I think most other weapons are balanced pretty well in Destiny 2, and I think Bungie really deserves a bit of a round of applause of that. The PvP, at least weapon balance wise, isn't completely busted at the start of this game. It's a good feeling. Hopefully they don't get too heavy into the old power dip habits that they're quite known for in when it comes to weapon balance in Destiny. But if they can manage to keep guns, you know, about as equal as they feel right now, maybe bumping up a couple of them, I think balance is going to be pretty good in Destiny 2. So yeah, Guardians, there you go. Overall, I am still enjoying Crucible in Destiny 2. I think it could use a little bit of polish in some places. They might be focusing a little bit too much on trying to make a competitive environment out of certain parts of the Crucible, and I don't know how well that's working out right now. But I am enjoying myself when I'm playing in there for the most part. I think overall, it's a definite improvement over what we had at the end of Destiny 1, and I can only hope that it gets better. So yeah, there we go. Those are my thoughts on the state of the Crucible in Destiny 2, at least right now. Just a couple weeks into the game, so I don't feel the need to be too harsh on it. At least at this point in Destiny 2's lifespan. What do you guys think? Are you enjoying the Crucible? Do you think it could be improved in several different places? Be sure to let me know what you guys think down at the comment section below. Just giving you guys a little bit of a look of the third Spire social space that opens up after you get a single win in the Trials of the Nine. I gotta say, I'm really happy that they kind of changed the way that works. You know, before the hidden social space, the lighthouse in Destiny 1, it was only available for people who went flawless. This, it opens up after you get one win, which I think is a really nice reward for people. You know, it kind of lowers that level of entry so that, you know, everybody can enjoy the new social space, not just those who sweat the most or get carried in a super sweaty fire team. Looking at you, John. Just kidding, brother. Don't get so tilted in PvP. But there we go, Guardians. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed, feel free to drop a like and make sure you subscribe to stick around for all of our upcoming Destiny 2 content. And be sure to follow me on Twitch and Twitter to stay up to date with all the stuff I'm putting out. And of course, if you'd like to support the channel, there is a link to my Patreon down in the description box below. But with that, I'm out of here, Guardians. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.